one of the things that really affected me, or maybe delayed my decision to go and take up the HIV test, was at that point, early 2000s, the only thing that would come into a person's mind will be death. Obviously, there were so many people that were dying that time, and treatment was so scarce. Access to HIV treatment was so scarce, and people were not surviving beyond a year, 2 years of being diagnosed with HIV. And in my mind, obviously I was at varsity, and I was doing 2001, 2, 3. I was doing my second year. It was towards the end of my second year. And I was one of the best performing students. So obviously I knew the HIV diagnosis would affect my performance, would affect my emotions, would affect me mentally. And I was so scared. And at that point, my goal was to perform and complete my degree in a record time. And obviously one of the frustrating things was to think of, how am I going to survive? How am I going to function? How was I going to manage to complete and achieve my goal within the record time? And obviously that was a valid anxiety. That was a valid concern. I remember then receiving my results at that point. Obviously my dreams were shattered, and I could not see myself moving beyond the diagnosis. And it really affected me emotionally. It really affected me mentally. It really affected my performance in many aspects of my life. I'm talking academically, I'm talking about family life, and I'm talking about parenting. I'm talking about all sorts of things. Honestly, guys, I think I used to get, distinctions, first year, second year. Come third year, I think I only received 2 distinctions, and fourth year nothing, 0. I don't remember getting a distinction in my fourth year academic year, but fortunately I completed my degree with honors in record time. That's something that I'm very grateful of. And it was a very tough journey, and at that point I could not accept the fact that I'm diagnosed with HIV. I could not think I could be achieving what I wanted to achieve. That was 2002, obviously. And, as a first graduate and a professional in the family, and with so much to do, so much to look up for, and so much, future ahead of you, I could not see future. I could not see me beyond. And I thought, that was the end of me. And I'm very grateful, because today, 20 plus years later, 23 years later, this is me. 23 years later, this is me. This video is about those who has just been diagnosed with HIV, and those who think that their dreams won't, be feasible, they cannot achieve, and their dreams beyond, they cannot live beyond their HIV diagnosis. They cannot be anything, they cannot, do anything further, beyond. I remember I completed my degree, honors, 2004. It took me about 5 years, post-degree honors. It took me about 5 years when I could see that, in fact, I can live beyond. That's when I started to do my postgrad. I went on to do my master's, and here I am, busy with my PhD. Here I am, busy with my PhD, and look at me. Death, guys, is actually far-fetched. It's something far from me, especially dying from HIV. Guys, what I'm trying to say is that, our dreams as people living with HIV are valid. We can do anything, we can achieve anything. It's just a matter of testing and knowing your status. But at that point, if I were to listen to someone telling me exactly the same words that I'm saying, I would say the person is mad at that point, because those words wouldn't mean anything. It wouldn't make sense to me at that point. But here I am, uttering the same words of encouragement, same words of healing, same words of hope, same words of telling people that, in fact, we can do this. You can still walk the walk. You can still think the thoughts. You can still achieve whatever that you want to achieve with your HIV diagnosis.